This conference will now be recorded.
Let me know if you all can see my screen, right? Hope you all can see my screen.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
we will discuss first. We will discuss about what is BPM first. Those who know, fine. Those who don't know, because it's a demo session. Let me complete this, and then we'll discuss about what is Appian BPM and how it works. So at least high level you will understand that this is something theoretical, nothing to, if you want you can note this down, or anyway we will have this recording and all, and you can start in my session, not from now, but today, throughout the course you have a right to stop me at any point of time if you have any question, right? So first of all, try to understand what is BPM, business process management. Before coming to this course or joining this demo class today, right, you might have at least researched like, okay, I'm going for the Appian, which is a BPM tool, right? You're going to learn Appian, which is a BPM tool, nothing but a business process management tool. Had a 3 word, business process, already having a 3 word, not had, business process management. Business, everyone understand. I'm not going to give a definition of business, but I will give you the definition of process and the management in terms of business process, right? So business, to any business, right, to to excel and making its digitalization, I can say, making it on digital platform, you have to define some process which you are doing on pen on paper or manual basis, right? So you will have process means set of steps, a system. You are making a system, a set of steps, define steps, right? That's called process. So when you making this is live on a digital platform, you will have a defined set of steps which need which need a, you can say, a process which need a what you can say, a controller which will control this, nothing but govern this to having a good performance, giving a better visibility, having the accessibility as well as same time securities and everything. So overall it will comes as a governance methodology, I will say. So any business has a process, is called as a process centric business. So BPM tool fits for a process centric business where you have a defined process, and there should be an approach where business performance which combines any technology, could be Appian, Java, any other BPM tool technology, with some governance methodology. Governance methodology means nothing but the rules, the security, the access things, the availability, this all comes where you can govern this and you can achieve your task on a digital platform. Clear? So this is a bookish definition. I'm not going to read this. You guys, if you want, can read this one. So you understand, like here process means set of steps must be there in the business, right? And management, nothing but it's a governance methodology, how we are going to govern that set of steps. So for this, to achieve this features which definition I just gone through, what we need 3 things. There are 3 pillars of BPM, you can say: people, process and technology. Very simple. After all, some user will use this, right? Robot is not only good, end user will be there at least one point of time, right? That is the minimum, right? So you need people. People will have some role or some accesses defined, like requester, approver, higher management, whatever you say. We'll learn more about that, but people definitely it should be there. And process nothing but what you want to achieve, right? What should happen after this X happen, then what should be the next step? That should be definitely defined, right? Whether a dynamic or fixed step, that's a different thing is, but it should be defined. So you need a process, and then people has their process is there, but how I will make this a process centric and how I will make this in on our digital platform? Then you are on technology. For every process centric approach, you need a BPM technology, right? That is a right fit. You may have a Java .NET application or any programming application, but for process centric defined steps, which is process centric, I can say again repeating, So for that you need a technology, and technology could be anything. It could be your Appian BPM, it could be Pega BPM, it could be a Oracle BPM, IBM BPM. Its choice is yours, right? So here it's three pillars of BPM. Now I'm not going much on the details of this. I'm just moving, like we understand like what is BPM and what are the things required, the three pillars of BPM, I can say. Now I'm just going through, right, few names, because see, this is make a standard PPT or deck, you can say, because sometimes completely fresher also comes and join, or few is not totally in our IT background. So bear with me, those who know, right? So there are few leading and very famous BPMs you can see on the screen, like Appian, Pega, Oracle, IBM BPM, Cordis, someone was saying that, right? There are few more, JBPM, right? Uh, but not only limited to that, there are nowadays TBCO, ServiceNow BPM also, they have launched their BPMs, BPM tool. But there are these names you might have not heard all the names, right? Definitely there is some rating and competition between these tools, right? Which is going to be, you can see the leaders, BPM tool leaders in the market, right? So on top you can say Appian. Obviously you are going to learn Appian, I will give on top. And next Pega. Why I have given the Pega name the next? The Pega and Appian both are pure competitor, I can say, and currently leading the market. These two, the BPM tools, has a highest number of market share comparison to all others. All others keep aside, and these two are, this controlling the more market share. If you talk about the number of clients, Pega might have more number of clients than Appian, but the growth from last 4 5 years and last 3 years, basically, I can say, the dynamic content and the power the Appian provided to the client and satisfaction. Gartner also reported him as a number one BPM, right? Hope you all know about the Gartner who rate the tools and technologies. If you don't know much, you can Google in about that. So Appian is in huge demand. These all are low code mostly, but Appian Pegasus, you don't have to write much code. But thing is that these are the very powerful and secure, right? Appian comes as a Appian BPM suits. It gives everything in a package, you can say. You don't have to learn some other technology additionally. That's why it's getting very popular nowadays, and it's very powerful app. We'll see the more about the Appian feature now. Before going ahead to the next slide and learn about introduction of Appian, what is Appian, I will just take a pause of 30 seconds. Anyone has any question? Feel free to ask. Am I audible? Clear to you?
Hi, what is the market share between the Pega and Appian? How much the percentage?
See,
Uh,
if you talk about between the Pega and Appian, I will give a rough exact. Obviously, I will not that, because I will not closely watch this news. And during this last 1.5 years, right, there is some, definitely it's a big change between these all. But I can say they are around 60/40. If these two are 100%, I'm just saying. So
mhm.
that's the difference between Pega and Appian. Appian might be 40 to 45%, and they will be 55% to 60% share. The Pega guy, Pega tool, between these two, I would say Pega has a number of more number of clients. I already told you. But yes, if you see the graph growth, number of clients getting added every year in Appian, is the percentage is higher than Pega.
Okay. So,
Yeah. Yes, please feel free to ask. You're thinking something.
I mean, is there any advantages of learning Appian than Pega, or why do I need to go
Yes,
for
yes,
Pega?
there is. Yes, yes. Good question, actually. I'm not. If may I know who is talking with
Krishna.
Krishna?
Krishna.
Okay, okay. So Krishna, not you. Others Pega resource also I have trained earlier, and many Pega people learn APN. The reason is that I say, like, there are two reasons. The very first reason who comes in the matter, like they compare with the salaries, right? To be very honest, they compare if I have 3 years of pega or 5 years of pega hands-on experience, right? And the same with the Appian experience, the Appian guy will be paid more in the market or pega guy will be paid more, as an obvious. Some exceptional cases, I'm not saying, right? You can give me X person name, that person definitely will might be in pega getting paid more. But if you take an average, Appian skill set currently is in very huge demand, because from last 2 3 years, lot of client getting, I mean, the Appian did the good partnership. I will tell you the reason, right? Lot of clients added in his, right, in market, what you can say, in market share, or the marketing strategy he, I mean, sorry, the Appian followed. So it's a huge demand and there is a vacuum, there's a gap. The demand is very high, resource is less in the market, right? Those who are looking for on-site opportunities, currently Appian is like globally, you will get called globally, right? Conditions and all, travel and all, pandemic is one thing. If that's getting down, you will see next 6 months, if pandemic is already in control, it it I can see that much of demand, like the every company, not only now, in the last 3 4 years, every company is training batches in the Appian, and a lot of pega resources they are training, because they are very easy to learn from pega to Appian. Because of that, they have projects, they have clients, right? They have a good billing. Hope it's answered to you, right? second
Yeah, yeah.
reason i Second reason, I will give a technical reason. Appian, while learning AP, right, you don't have to do any platform dependent testing. When testing, you can do it if you are very specific, or development. You develop once, it support automatically all Android and iOS devices, all laptop, tablet, mobile phones, right? And the screen UI render automatically based on what device you are using it. So Pega is still working on this. There are a lot of things on the component Pega, right? Device specific developments happening. Correct me if I am wrong, Pega guys, right? But Appian already taken care and very highly secure. Every object level security setting option is there in the Appian. So banking clients are, they love to have the Appian in their technology portfolio. Fine. Any other question? Then I will move to the next slide. We'll learn about the Appian a little bit, how it works. See, it's very lightweight, 100% web-based platform. You don't have, most of the people ask like, okay, what software I need to install, where I will install Appian. No guys, just cool down. It's as easy as your Gmail and Facebook. Anywhere go, you have your URL, your environment, just go, enter your credential, username and password, and start working on that. Both the side, for the developer and the end user also. End user can use their application, developer can build it. For developer, it's definitely the system, the browser, desktop or laptop is recommended. End user can use the application in any device, right? 100% web-based platform. Everything, the development, source codes, everything transferred through the URL and all, it is available, right? Another, it's flexible service oriented architecture followed. Optimize critical business process, any critical business process. Just one word, it should be defined process. It should be process, right? Not anything other. If you have a process, Appian can optimize. It's a very low code, very fast. If you are building application in Java and .NET in 6 months and 1 year, you can build it in 2 to 3 week or 2 to 3 sprints based on the complexity. So that fast it is, right? uh, like any project life cycles, it has a design, then execute, design phase, whether you are gathering the information, building it, then executes, deploying it, then manage, yeah, right, maintaining it, production supports and everything you're providing it, and optimize, keep on improving and rebuilding enhancements to doing it. That's the life cycle it also follows, and very suitable for the Agile BPM practice. Currently Agile methodology, right? Every clients look for that, and it's built like it's very agile. You can use the waterfall or iteration, whatever model you want, but it's completely suits for the Agile methodology development, project development methodology, right? Okay, As I say, like,
Chandra,
yep, yes,
yeah, I have a clarification.
yep,
You are saying that it is 100% web-based platform, right?
yep.
If it is a web-based platform, uh,
Mhm.
can it be hacked?
No, I will tell you. Till now, not. That's something banking loves this. The most of the banks, you go an Appian site and see how many Appian partners the bank, the domain wise you can select. Right now, I will tell you how. The very first thing, you have on premises or on cloud mode, both the way. So those, if you have fear of that, most of the client, those like bank, even US Army and Pentagon using Appian. Can you understand this? Right? How secure, I mean, how much security concern they have, and they are using Appian. They are the the partner with Appian. So how it works, basically, first of all, like it has own encryption keys and all, right? It follows. Second thing, uh, it can be in both the mode. It can be in your own in-premises, on-premises environment, like your own intranet, right? And could be on cloud also. If you don't want on cloud, it will be on your own premises. So person has to come to your network first, like VPN connector or token, whatever, to connect to that network, and then you can access. Is this
Okay.
answer to your?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, fine. Fine. So I'm giving a high-level BPM suite structure. You have interfaces. We'll talk detail on this. Obviously, we'll learn and we'll talk detail on this. Means in detail about what is the interfaces. Like I'm saying, it's a web-based. So development also happening through browser, right? All configuration, environment deployment, everything happening through browser. Same way, right? You can see under interfaces, I have written sites, tempo, embedded, designer, admin console. So the site tempos basically is end user look and feel, the UIs, right? And the console where the end user lands, and designer where the Appian developers, or in Appian terminology it is called designer as well, because we are designing, we are not developing component, we are designing application using Appian. So Appian designers or developers land on the screen. That's interface is designer. And admin console, like all configurations, setups. Configuration means I'm saying the environment configuration apart from the server configuration, right? Like time zone, environment, internationalization. We will see basically these are everything happening through browser. It's so flexible. Everything like your Gmail. It's like your Gmail account, right? Everything on cloud and everything on browser. Appian has, now we will say, look, okay, you are saying UI, front, browser, these all are in Appian. What about the the authentication servers and the logic which we are writing, which programming language we are going to use? As I told you in beginning, Appian itself, it is called Appian BPM suites. You can say in the title also, intro to the Appian BPM suite. Why it is called suites? It's give a complete package. You don't have to uh, buy any other software to connect or something extra. Okay, some requirement like banking domains, they have to connect with their core banking or some legacy system. That's a requirement. But Appian says, if you're building an application, I will make you so flexible, like you don't have to buy something else, which if you buy a Appian license, right? So even the programming language also, you don't have to be dependent on anything else. Appian has its own proprietary language for a UI design and logics. You have to write very low with less code, but whatever code you have to write, so it's get other things get generated automatically. So whatever code generates, right? There might be some supporting language. So Appian has a own supporting language called Shell, and this is different from shell scripting, guys. The spelling is SAIL. You can see here in the middle, it is there. The full form is self-assembling interface layer. That's the programming actually we will learn throughout this course, and the Appian will make you to build the application with that, using that. Okay, so have own integration with the servers. It's default now. Earlier it was a JBoss, WebSphere, whatever you can choose, but now it's application server, Apache Tomcat. You can use it. Detailed architecture will give a session. Don't worry about that. And it will be a HTTP, a JDBC connection to your database, and you will have your data into the database on cloud. MariaDB is default. If you want, you can have Oracle, DB2, these all database connectivity. is possible, or SQL Server based on the client interest. Okay, so this is now how to create. So basically for developer, we guys, right, you and I, right, how easy it is to create any application. So guys, it's so easy to create, like it's a drag and drop. It's written here no code, but apology, I cannot say no code. There is little bit coding, few logic, if else condition, a few the Appian functions you have to use it. So it's a low code basically. And single integrated suite means no integration between BPM component. Automatically UI, middleware, that's sorry, middle things like the designer console where you do the development, and the backend database, all are connected. You don't have to write a component or you have to connect. These all are connected and very easy to deploy. It's so easy, like earlier people were using Jenkins, Bamboos, whatever, DevOps and all. Now it's automatically giving integrated. You have a compare and deploy option. We will learn throughout this course. Like you don't have to wait for a shutdown period or any off business hour period. You can automatically move the code from one environment to another environment. So it's a recommended. Production definitely people don't do on business days, but moving a code from one environment to another environment, then also it's like a, how can I say, it's just sending an email, right? It's you just compose an email and sending, same way it's working. We'll learn that. So easy it is for the deployment, and same way it's very secure also. Now adaptability, yes, very elegant interface, optimize every device. It's you don't have to be a device specific knowledge or device specific code writing to learn. You have to just understand like what's an Appian, and automatically it support all device. I say same user experience for all device. Appian code automatically render with the devices, which is where still it's beating Pega here as well, right? Okay, easy to use means whatever the component you are building, you can use in multiple applications if it is a build as a common component, not a specific to the one application. So lot of component you will build going forward, you will learn like you can reuse everywhere. Fine. And earlier it was a forum, now there is a community site. I will show you today itself, right, where you will find a lot of information or things. Then I will have a walkthrough with the community. I will tell you like what to look into that and where, and have a lot of modular smart services. These smart services Appian provides, which will make your life easy. Like suppose you have to send a mail, you don't have to any message listener or email listener, you have to use it. It's a low code platform. You have to just drag. There is one smart service, fill like basic required parameter, like to whom it will go, what will be the subject, whether it's a dynamic subject or it's static subject, what will be the body, is there any attachment. So to just configure the things, it will compose the mail, whether it's a HTML page or it's a basic static page, right? So I'm just giving an example. There are a lot of things, plugins and smart services are there. We can achieve the different tasks very easily using these smart services. Any questions so far? If not,
Just development or as well as administration part in Appian?
yeah. So see, basically two roles people ask her to do. There is something called Appian administrator, and there is
Okay.
something called Appian designer or developer, right? And there is something
Okay.
called the plugin developer. Sometimes the plugin developer is different, who write a specific component which is not out of the box feature of Appian. Then it will be a Java guy. But designer, Appian designer, or you say Appian developer, and Appian administrator, these are two specific role in Appian. So
And one more is
administrator,
going to be Appian architect also, correct? Or no?
architect, which design the solution, right? How it will be, what application. Like
Yeah.
actually, basically, I am playing at architect role. I am as a technical solution architect wherever I'm working. So what that mean? That means I give the solution, like I have entire design solution, and the team build on that those suggested solution. So that's the role. So but the coding or development, and I also do it, it's not like that I don't do. I also do it, this development part. But role basically say it's a designer or developer, Why I'm saying designer or developer? Like mostly in IT, it's very frequent to say developer. Any people will say, okay, you are developer or tester. People say like this. So developer. But in Appian terminology, it's basically you are designer, right? You are designing an application, right? Using Appian tool. And another role is administrator. Those who maintain administrator role is completely different. In this course, I'm not covering the administrator role. Even I am also not expert of that. That is totally maintaining the server, instances, right? Upgrading the environment, and those tasks, they take care of that. So is this clear to you now? So basically, you are here for Appian developer who is going to build Appian application using Appian BPM tool.
Chandra, hi, Samir here. I just have one question. Maybe this is the silly question, but I just wanted to know,
No,
like,
no question is silly question in my session.
yeah,
Please go.
you said like there is no code required, but you said like some code is required. So, what is the percentage of coding required in this development phase?
See, the percentage, if you say,
Mm-hmm.
it depends which kind of a requirement is there, but obviously if you compare with any programming language, then I can say 5 to 10% if you compare with the
Okay.
programming. But
Yeah.
see, suppose like you have to go to path X or path, you are in one junction and or a red signal or traffic signal, so you know, right, you have to go left or right? Same way
Right.
your application should know, right, on which condition should go left or right. So that you write a condition on that, right? So those
Okay.
things will be coding. Means small
Okay.
coding will be there. You got it, right? Your own custom
Yes. Yes.
rules,
Got it. Yeah. Yeah.
logics.
Got it. Got it. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi Chandra, sorry, this is Vasu. So can you hear me?
Yes.
So for programming perspective, which kind of script are using? Going for use in the Appian like development. Design.
Appian has a own proprietary language. You don't have to learn anything else apart from Appian. Open proprietary language. Appian has
Okay.
a own language. Again, I repeat, called Shell. It's already called Shell programming. SAIL.
Oh, okay.
Shell, not SHELL. Shell scripting. That's another language. That will
It's
not
any
be supported.
similar to some program? Script language like this own only. So by
It's
inbuilt by.
inbuilt by Appian. It's very easy to learn. You know, it has an attributes and parameters like that. You have to just pass, like how method and function. You know, right? Methods and functions, right? And
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have some parameter to pass or class you are calling in Java, right? So it is, see, Appian itself, it is built in Java. So whatever possible in Java, Appian can do that, right?
Okay. Is there any much knowledge on the UI part, like for populating the values in front
You
of the UI?
programming also, someone asked, yes, recently someone asked like how much percentage of code you have to write for the UI.
No,
Though
no.
it is drag and
Okay.
drop. Sorry, you are asking something else?
No, no, I'm talking about UI perspective. So how it was like Ajax or AngularJS, any kind
No,
of
no, no,
that kind
no.
of.
You don't have to write JavaScript, don't have to write Ajax, nothing. I'm saying except Appian, nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Except
Sorry.
Appian,
Okay.
nothing
Thank you.
else. Okay. Uh,
Okay.
right. I'm Chandra. Call me Chandra. That's email, the login
Fine.
email that you know created by organizer. That's a sigh actually. But it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Okay, no problem. So organizer is someone else. I'm a facilitator like you. I'm joining him. You are joining him, right?
Yes.
Fine.
One quick question actually.
Yes.
You said it was a web-based tool. So
Yep.
I mean, for practicals, I mean, I know in the sessions you are going to give theories and
Only theory. It's a demo. It's a
how do we
demo
practice?
session. Very first session will be pure theoretical. Definitely, yes.
Yeah, I mean, how do we practice if you want to dig into Appian
Okay.
more? So how do we do that? Do you provide any access or anything? Do we need to have
Yes.
license?
I will tell you. Don't worry. So your organizer is going to give a trial version. Ask to him if you have not asked, and few person must have checked. they will arrange a trial version, but not from the day one. I think maybe day 2 or day 3. That's the way they work. I think the last batch, once the initial amount something paid, and they provided that. So the daily whatever session I will take, once the topic is covered, it's up to you. Whenever next 24 hours you have, right? So whenever you have time, go and practice that, right? You can demand that. Or those who are working, it's very simple, very easy, guys. I will tell you. Appian give the trial version. The trial version, anyone cannot register. You must have your corporate email ID. Means Gmail, Yahoo, Hotmail will not work. If you have @xyz.com, whatever the company you work for, there will be one verification link sent to that company. This once you register, right? You just click on that link and verify like this is a correct email ID. You will be provided one instance for 14 days. Appian give a trial. Just Google it, trial Appian version, or register for Appian trial version. Appian trial, whatever you write, you will get a link. You have to just fill out your name, your
So
designation.
that is for only for 14 days.
14 days for trial, but you can renew it twice. Means 28 days you can have this.
Okay. Okay.
One email ID, you can renew it once it has got expired. You can renew it once again. But again, if you want, they give it trial free, of cost, 28 days for any person. If you have a 2 email ID or your colleague's email ID, you can have another 28 days. That's up to you. But throughout this training period, your organizer will provide you the one instances like that only, the trial instances, trial environment, rather say.
Okay. Thank you.
Right. Okay. Obviously, no one will get live in. Appian is very costly license, sir. If you want to know, just check with an Appian site. It's a very expensive, so the paid version no one will give you, right? It will be a throat. It's a per user license basically. Okay.
Hi, Sai. But now there is community version also.
Addition. So if you know
yeah,
community version, that must be your Appian partner company, right?
yes,
Anyone can, right? If your company has a Appian practice, definitely you can. That version doesn't expire. Thanks you if you added. I didn't say this because I'm not sure where you are working. If your company has a single Appian resource, or company is registered as a Appian, the partner company, go on Appian site and see. There is two things you can filter: customer or partner. So
yeah,
partner, if
yeah.
the company is partner, you will have a community version edition, and that will have a more feature, and that will never expire till your email ID is active, till you are in that company. Yes, you can
Okay.
use that.
Yeah, yeah.
Fine. Any other question? Fine. So I will quickly complete this theory part. So you will have a different, the process modeling. Process modeling basically, it's follow the BPM and 2.2 notations. There's any BPM tool follow. BPMN is nothing but business process modeling and notations. Some standards built by the organization, where any BPM tool has to follow those annotations and standards, right? And you will have your own form for UI and interface, right? Appian, it's an Appian, it's called as task, that is built in Sail, customized using Sail, again self-assembling interface layer. Now point and click configuration for all application means you have a most of the things are configurable only, right? Few, as I said, like few things only to write. And components where we are going to learn, these are the normal, very frequently used words will be that: process model, business rules, that we can say expression rules also, documents, reports, groups, roles. Groups, roles is nothing but you somewhere some people say roles, right? Suppose someone is manager, so there will be a group and multiple user will be added to there. So those all user will have a manager, and whatever access given to that group will access to all the user belongs to that group, same like a DL and all, right? Distribution list there in the company and all. So Appian, it's called something called groups, which will have accesses. Direct user access you can give it, but that's not recommended. Integrations, good in integration, you can connect to any third party. There are several ways to integrate: basic authentication, OAuth 2.0, right? API keys. These are the way we can authenticate and integrate any third party system. Hence outside Appian we can communicate and we can fetch the data or do the transaction from the outside Appian also, right? Using REST and SOAP, that we will learn as well. That's the fourth week of topic that we'll learn. User interfaces, nothing but the UI forms and all, which will these are all the topics. High level, this components it's used and how it looks like something, right? The workflow, it's very easy. Like for example, just a delivery app, food delivery app. What will happen? A person will log in, select the food, right? Confirm the order. Once the confirmed order, what should be the next step, right? Should be the next step like I don't restaurant should be notified and restaurant should approve you. Okay, fine, I can provide you. Sometimes happen like, okay, this item currently is not available or something. So once restaurant accept the order, right, you will be notified. So that's the next business step. So suppose the next task will be assigned to restaurant, right? Restaurants, one person or one role will be there. Multiple person can be in that. A person will approve that. So these all right functionality, the workflow will design through the Appian process model, and ultimately everything will be getting integrated, will be integrated to the process model. So process model is main spine, you can say, right? The backbone of this entire technology, right? The where the workflow decide. So once the current example I gave, right? Once that is accepted, what will be that? The next will be a food delivery guy will be assigned, which is there will be some logic. So you will write there the code like how the food delivery guy will be picked up and assigned, because not fixed, right? Who is available that day, that place will be assigned, right? And once food delivery guy is assigned and food status you will keep on updating, and once it is delivered, you will progress accordingly, will update the milestone. So this all will very easily will be tracked in the process model and designing the workflow, right? So same example I have just attached here given. Same way, 100% thin client, all functionality delivered via browsers. This sentence I repeated multiple times, so hope you are clear with this. Everything, even the process model design also happening through the browser only. Easy to deploy is already say all devices, iPhone, iPad, Google, Android, whatever device, digital device you have with the net connected an application to open, you just download the Appian application. Appian application is available freely, and then you will have your own URL to configure. That's it, and you can use the app. So no coding or conversion, anything not required. So as a developer, what you are going to be now and learn now, you don't have to do a specific something for Android or iOS or anything, automatically supported. But sometime, not always, but sometime could be like, no, this feature I have to give it only for the iOS. If your requirement is like that, that also you can do it. You have a function which decide like whether the current user is logged in through iOS or Android. That is your specific requirement. You don't want to give for the Android people and want to give for the iOS people. That's your requirement. Otherwise, your application will work perfectly same for whatever device is selected. So desktop, laptop, browser, everywhere will be same. Fine. Totally on cloud, rapid startup, frictionless growth, seamless migration to one premises to another premises, means deployment, upgradation is very seamless, and everything happening through the browser page. Easy to adapt means, now I'm going to say something. I'm not sure whether Pega included this. Earlier it was not with the Pega or something. How you have a Facebook like comment feature or post feature. You post and below that someone comment, reply and repost those things. It's given by Appian also, though it is rarely used. I have not seen any client interested on those chatting, or because every companies will have Teams or Skype or something, right? Or posting something publicly will not be accessible. Those not publicly, just security, but you can also provide. You can do those things. You can see like these are very old things that you have. You will have some rows and you can mark it hazards. Hazard means it will automatically post it directly. So here you cannot make it like a comment or any emoji, but still you can have a, like a bookmark or star mark, you can do it and you can reply below that. And that happen automatically also. Suppose there is a requirement. Please go on mute who is not speaking. I'm getting on noise.
Chandra, sorry to interrupt, but we are getting like background noises and we are not able to hear you clearly.
I'm not providing. Someone is okay. Even I'm also. So is it Samir or someone was? Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So hope you're now clear. I am muted everyone.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, guys. You only unmute yourself. You have to speak. Otherwise, please be on mute. Oh, sorry. Where we were? We were here.
Yeah, Chandra, how many classes to learn the development?
Yes, a good question. Depend on how much hours you want to spend with me. If weekdays, its organizer was saying that you can just discuss with the class. So give me 1 minute. Last slide. Next slide is the last slide, and then we will
Okay.
discuss it. Is that okay? Fine. I will not spend much more time now. So guys, anyway, we'll learn all these things. It's a real-time collaboration. We will have adapt action, hazard alerts. These all post features are there, like same like a Facebook. We have comment and post feature, but less, not like a Facebook. It's not a social networking site, right? But you can have this also. Now, and like every tools, whatever you learn, right, there will be some advantage, then some disadvantage as well. So same way, Appian also have some limitation and disadvantage. As I told you, right, it's purely web based. To have a good performance, you need a very high end hardware. So again, a cost, right, for the company. Those who are buying like costly license, same time they need a high end hardware, right? Very high RAM size, good internet speed, not only for the live application or clients. If you also here to learn Appian, you should have at least a good RAM and high speed internet to work with Appian. Otherwise, you will be frustrated. It will take a lot of time to load and work, right? Because everything through the browser, so you need a good RAM size, right? Then next limitation, demerit I can say is there, like needs adhere to its own architecture. If someone say no bro, I want like this sorry guys, sorry for disturbing. Yeah, so if you need your own your own UI component, you want to JavaScript to be enabled or something, sorry, Appian doesn't allow this. Whatever Appian giving, if you want Appian, you have to follow the out of box Appian, right? Integrating some third party is different, embedded UI is different, but you cannot something force Appian to, okay, for me I need this something additionally, or I want like, okay, I don't want your process modeling, I will upload my own process model from XYZ BPM created. No, sorry, you have to adhere to the Appian itself. And next is end user interface, because it's not a web development application or anything. It's not like a very fancy latest UI on websites, any website you will see. Though it most of things you can do it achievable, but there are some limitations, certain limitations in Appian, like some events like JavaScript which can do, which Appian doesn't support, so you cannot do it here. But other way, the workaround is there. But whatever, like for example, any document upload will be in a temporary file till the form is not submitted, right? It will not like you uploaded the document and same time you want to backend something should read the document and something should happen. No, they can say like you have to submit that, because till it is not submitted, it is locally is there, it is not inside somewhere, it's stored in the API. So there are few other limitations. So any tool will have, right, there is own way to achieve that, but not the way you want might be. So there are some UI end user limitations there. And the last and obvious, he need a trainer and facilitator will tell you that it's very costly license, not an open source. Nowadays they are giving a trial version from last 2 years. Earlier that was also not there, right? But license version are very costly. I'm done with this introduction session. I will quickly walk through your Appian community site. But before that, any question here? One question I already have. Now I will answer that. But any other question?
I have one question actually. Hello.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, after completion of this session, so which level certification we can go? Like level 1 it will cover, or level 1 and level 2 both?
See, if I say level 1 and level 2 both, it will be a cheating, because level 2 definitely required hands-on. though I will cover all the topics. You don't have to learn something extra, but learning something extra and having hands-on are two things, right? So level 1 definitely you can go through that, and level 1 is a bit theoretical. You have to study. Still, you have to study a little bit theory things.
Thank you.
Chandra, is the certification is mandatory to go for the interview?
Sorry, hello.
So is the certification is mandatory to go for the interview?
No, but see, nowadays lot of profiles same like you and me, like multiple people are getting training and just updating that. So companies are also just to validate you ask at least level 1 is there. Sometimes they don't. They are in need, they will not ask, but sometimes they will ask. If you are, suppose you are someone, for example, I'm saying someone is on 5 lakh package, and next company someone asks like I need 12 lakhs, just more than 100% hike, right? They will ask, do you have any certification, right? There should be some relevance for that to your demand, right? If you don't have certification, you are something, you are not uh, very experienced and hands-on, then how they will trust you? But certification is something, a way to trust on you, like okay, at least you have some work you have done, you at least you have studied something, then you have certification. Otherwise not mandatory. Depends on company to company, guys.
Okay. So how much they're gonna charge for this certification, level 1 certification?
Earlier it was very expensive. They have reduced the charge recently. Level 1, level 2, level 3, there are 3. I am level 3 certified multiple times, guys. That is an architect. Yeah.
So after this course, again we need to invest on certification, right?
Up to you. I'm saying again, I'm saying if you want to do certification, not like after this code you have to do certification. Out of, once 50% company ask for certification, they will ask you, do you have any certification? 50% company don't ask. It depends, right?
Yeah. I heard like so the certification has to be renewed every 18 months.
Yes, guys, these things, once you learn the application, so learn the technology, definitely these things and oppose that. But yes, it's a business strategy for the company, right? Every 18 months you have to renew the certification. That's why
In that
I have
case, I
done.
have to pay. Okay, every time I have to pay $200.
So if you are working in some company, the company will reimburse you while
Okay,
doing that, definitely. So yes, otherwise yes, if your company is not reimbursing, it's either yes, you have to pay $200.
okay. Thank you. That's it from my side.
Yeah.
Chandra,
Hmm.
throughout the training, how many projects you can able to provide for the real-time experience?
See, I will be very honest that real-time experience will, I will give you a project at the end of this course, but project means obviously will not will be it will be taken from the real time. The scenarios will be taken from the real time use cases, right? Use case will be, but not the real project, right? Which you're going for real, right? Hope you're getting it what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have to be, yeah. I will create the use case. I will give you a the proper requirement to practice and build all. Will cover almost all the topics, right? Not everything, but yeah, as much I will try to add that. But definitely it will be not real project based on real time.
Okay.
I already have a question of course duration that I'm going to answer. If anyone has other question, please feel free.
Chandra, your voice is low and there is some disturbance.
See, I don't know. Someone, please. Okay, now is it better? Please go on mute, Praveen. Someone is.
Now it is clear. Now it is clear. I
Guys,
have,
whenever the noise is coming from outside, not from my side. So please go on mute.
yeah, I have a question.
Hey, yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, yes.
So, who is the targeted audience for this course?
The targeted audience should be, right, those who have basics. I already also, I'm not sure your organizer has shared the course content or not, right? If not, because when I share that's I may have mentioned almost everything in that. Then let me repeat it. The targeted audience should be those who have at least basic knowledge of ops concepts, understanding what is Java. Again, not in advanced, basics, very basics of that. Basics knowledge of the database script like SQL, views, and they know what is join, DDL, DML command, because I'm not again going to train those things, right? What is web service definitions wise, at least basics should be there. These all are, I'm saying, basics. Whether they might be a fresher or experienced guys, doesn't matter. If you know these all, right? On top of that, now, and you have industry practice experience, that's added advantage. So on top of that, you should learn this. So the targeted audience must have this skill set with them.
Okay. And what is that the student is going to get after completion of this course?
Fine. Any student, right, or any person who's going to learn this, right, they will have a skill set on the BPM technology, which is currently hot potato in the market. I can say very highly demand. It's a rapid development BPM tool with the low code platform, on the low code platform, I can say. And I want to mention, guys, I'm not here, the Appian has an RPA also with the same instances and environment. They are promoting their RPA. Recently they launched a year back. So I'm not going to cover the RPA part. It's completely for BPM development, business process management. So your targeted audience will be a BPM developer without experience, obviously without real-time experience, just a trained BPM developer after this end of this course. And the benefit will be there, like they have a huge demand in the market currently. They can fight that to be in place there.
Yeah, what is the package that the student or participant can expect after completion of this course?
Package depends on
the experience, you mean to say?
Yep, it depends on your experience, your other skill set, or the way you learn and perform it.
Yeah, and the next question is,
Sorry,
what is the level of job position that they are offered? Is it L1 or L2? Again, it depends on the experience or what?
No, so job position, if you say even the 6-month experience to 12, 10 years experience, they are not getting 10 years, obviously, very less people, but they are, market is open. I request every one of you to just not trust on my words, validate. How to validate? Wherever you are there, whichever country, whichever job portal you trust, go search, including LinkedIn. Search with the Appian job position, how you want to search, you will get n number of positions open, not 1 or 2 or 3. Any company who work with Appian, they will have a position. That a huge demand currently.
And finally, prerequisites are as common as you shared a moment ago: OOPS, Java, DB scripts, DDL, and web services. Fundamentals.
Yes, fundamental, because I will use these things during this course. So you should know like what is this. If you don't know, little you will face a challenge there to understand. Suppose there is something called pass by reference, pass by value. Those who are Java will understand what is the meaning of that. And I will not teach the Java there. I will say, okay, guys, okay, pass by reference this one. A little bit I will explain because few are non-IT background is there, but not not for a full session I will take on that, right? Hardly 5 minutes I will spend. I'm respecting others' time also, those who, right?
Yeah, you strongly recommend that students or participants or candidates whoever wanted to join this course must have at least basic skills. No freshers, you don't encourage to join, right? Without any IT background.
That's why normally demo class, no one say like, okay, let students join. I'm not kind of person. That's why I'm saying you, if you don't know at all like what is database table, right? What is function or what is parameter? I will say, okay, pass the parameters, right? I will little bit explain if someone don't understand, but I will not give a class from basics of beginning like how the programming language works, right?
Right.
If you don't know that, right, this is not your cup of coffee. First learn that and come back, okay, no problem. And basic learn, I'm not saying be expert in that, basics to understand. Okay, yeah, basics only, no hands-on required. There is the difference. Someone say, okay, you need a hands-on. No, if you know theoretical, that is also fine.
Okay, thank you. That's all
Hey
from me.
Chandra, just last question from me. Like, what is the fees and duration of this class? Can you please just
As I
explain
told
that
you, I'm
thing?
a facilitator. As you join this organizer, I have also joined this organization. So
Oh,
if I
okay.
will not be a fair, right? If you come to me, you want to listen. The year back, I was charging one candidate. Okay, I will not leave it. I will not say. Individually, I don't do training normally. Somehow I agreed to this organization. This organization, they are what? Sorry, these organizers are from some third party training institutes and all. Normally, I do corporate training, and I will not. I will request you not to disclose, but you can find your friends, those who are working on Bank of America, Wipros, right? Copros, these are the what's concept BNP Paribas also, right? Gurams, they are that there are few my candidates, they are placed there and they're trained by me.
Okay. Okay, no problem.
Don't ask
Thank
me
you.
name, but yeah, the corporate training and all do. But this is from last some. This is my second batch. I'm doing outside corporate training. So that's
Okay.
why mix of people are here experience and also but a lot of question I'm getting said like environment, trial was on this. I have not take care of that's bother of that company who call me for the training, but
Mm-hmm.
here anyway organization has to take care of that. You can demand that person those who has sent you the invite,
Yeah, sure, sure. I'll contact with that person. Thank you very much, Chandra.
right? Okay,
Yeah.
now course duration. Someone asked, sorry I keep you waiting to answer this. Course durations, see, normally it takes based on the if you are really experienced person learn very the fast rapidly. I don't have to repeat the things and all. 30 to 30 to 32 hours of entire training course will be there. Now depends on how I spend, right? Now you have, because it's a low code program, all configurations and all things are there, so it doesn't take much time, right? You only things you have to practice. This entire course is worthless if you don't practice, guys. I have to be very honest, right? It's a tool, right? Like how you learn driving, you don't drive just knowing that okay, this is the gear, I have to put the leg on clutch and I have to put the first gear. Doesn't work. The real life driving on the road is different, right? So theoretical gyan is fine but you have to practice. It's you have to drive. Think like you are going to learn driving, right? And duration depends on how comfortable you are having the weekend classes if I am available. Else the weekdays classes definitely it will go for the 4 week longs. Could be 1 or 2 days added to the 5th week. So based on the mass, if they are okay, I know their festival season coming. I will also be on leave. Couple of classes will be missed, but wherever available, we can have a 2 or 3 hours class in the weekend, and then we can close the session. Little early. So by the end of the September or first week of October, this will be finished. Is this okay to you? Sounds good. Even I have given Monday to Friday full 5 day session and completed also. So it depends on how participant is interested. And nothing, no topic will be
Yeah,
missed. That is my guarantee. Only the pace of the delivery will change.
I have a question.
Yep.
Hello. Yeah, actually, apart
Yes.
from
Yes.
the class, how the effort we should put so to practice. So 1 hour, like that, half an hour. So how much effort we require from our side to make perfect as soon as possible.
Okay. So
Mm,
at least an hour a day, half an hour to 1 hour a day, I will say, you should
mm,
spend, right?
okay.
If you spend a half an hour or 1 hour, it will be really very helpful for you to cope with what's going on, the current topic and all. If someday you miss,
Okay.
that is fine. You can just spend 1 or 2 hours in the weekend to do the practice.
Okay. And
Again,
which version you want to cover now?
see, its version always will be the latest. I will give you a few background
Mm,
of the previous version and all. But
okay.
right, trial environment will be in the latest. If you have your own environment, whichever version you want to do it, you can do it. If something is not supported, I can explain you, right, what is the workaround.
Okay.
But most will not be the computer. It will be always latest. So currently it's 21.3 and the version history and all. So guys, next class also there will be a 10-15 minutes theory to Appian, specific to the Appian, and then you will understand what is version, where version history, and how you can check the version. Yes.
Same time, right? Tomorrow also 7 o'clock.
Yes, 7 o'clock, 7 to 8 on weekdays. That's what I'm saying. If you guys want also, you are also interested to finish little early and spend time on weekend, not both the day on Saturday, Sunday, some of the weekend based on hours. Say once we build a repo, 1 or 2 days class is done, we can have a 1 or 2 hour class on the weekend once or twice. Else weekdays 7 to 8 this Indian IST time. One guy is from the US, so I'm not sure comfortable for him or not.
So fee has not been decided, you mean to say, right?
See, if you are asking me to fee, I mean, to say the fee, then that will be a different case.
No, see, I don't know whether the organizer has communicated you or not. At least to make sure that
I have communicated, but I have been recommended not to discuss over. If you want,
okay. Done. Understood.
Hope you understood. Yeah. It's not what you can say. This it's uniform. I'm not sure. That's totally an organization control. Sorry, organizer control. Any other? Can I stop recording now?
You can stop.